Woohoo! Thank you for joining us at Get in the Herd on this wonderful Wednesday, Women Wednesday. Woo! All right. We love Pride Month.
Yes.
All right. I'd like to introduce our guest today. On my, this is my left. This is Miss
Katrina Jones.
And Katrina Jones, let us know where are you at currently?
I am at the Chester House.
All right. Katrina Jones is a new program participant at our Chester House. Actually, she's not that new. I think this Friday.
No, this Monday, I will be completed my 28 days. Yay! Woo! And I was 30 days clean last Friday.
Yes. Awesome. Yay! And guess who I have right here? Carla. Who is that?
Carla.
Hi, I'm Carla.
Hi, Carla. And who are you?
Hi, I am an employee at the McShin Foundation.
Oh, awesome. And Carla, you've been an employee and you've been a standing member of McShin, it seems like since what? 2001?
2018.
Awesome. And I am Joyce Bronson, inmate, not inmate. Oh, Lord Jesus. Intake coordinator. Intake coordinator and alumni of the McShin. Fun fact, when I came through McShin back in April 2019, Miss Carla is the one that did my ASAM assessment. And I ran through that old paperwork about a couple months ago when I was doing the files, and I saw some of the funny things I replied. I was like, who is that? Like, I guess the people are cool. So anyway, just a fun fact about you guys. So we've got Katrina. I'm very excited about that. She came to us. Katrina, let us know a little bit about yourself, a little bit about your past, and what have you got out of, well, let me not overwhelm you. Let us know a little bit about you first.
I am 36 years old.
36?
Yes. I have 4 children. One is deceased. He passed away 4 years ago. I started using about 5 years ago, and it's been a struggle. It's been hard. I've tried just about everything from NA, AA. I was in the psychiatric ward. I tried to take my life a couple of times, and I came up on McShin. Actually, I was mandated. I got arrested on May 12th, 2021. And I am so thankful to God that it happened, because I don't think I could have got through without McShin. I know I couldn't have got through without these guys. They are caring. They actually care. You don't go to a facility where they just do it because it's their job. They honestly care about you. I think I've gotten so much done within a week than I've done in 5. I mean, just like they've done everything. I mean, I've got food stamps, I've got Medicaid, I've got everything. Anything that you need, all you have to do is go ask them. Open up your mouth and say, I need help. Open up your mouth and say, I need this, and they will do it for you. No doubt. No diggity, no doubt. They will get it done.
No doubt. And if the individual you ask, they can't help you, they usually refer you to the person they can, isn't it?
Yes, absolutely. Well, they're gonna refer you where you need to go, but everybody just, you can go to anybody and tell them something, and they're gonna make sure that they go find the person that you need to go to get whatever situation or whatever question you have. They will answer it and they will get it done.
And 9 times out of 10, it's Miss Carla who's going to be able to make that happen, isn't it, Carla? Yes. I enjoy working with Carla. Carla has a great personality, and she's awesome. And I really love being here next to her now. Like I said, when I started here at McShin, Carla was so friendly. She kind of brought me a little bit out of my shell. So, Carla, how has it been since you've been at McShin? I know you've came on the podcast before, but this is the first time you came with me, and I like to know little things about people.
It's actually great here. I started out as a volunteer.
What about McShin caused you to want to stay here? Like, what did you because you are CPRS, there's a lot of opportunities out here for you, but what about McShin made you want to stay with us? Like, what do you like about it? Or is there something that you did like? Or
I feel welcome.
You welcome?
I feel very welcome here.
Oh, okay. Well, good, because you are welcome, and you make other people feel welcome, and that's what I think I like about you, is that you definitely make everyone feel welcome. Are we having an issue with your charger?
No, we're having an issue with my ankle bracelet. Everyone, I am on a monitor, and needs to charge, but it's okay. We're not going to let that service. I'm sorry. Apologize.
All right. Is it going to cause anyone to show up on us?
No,
Okay.
not at all.
All right. So Katrina, I mean, you being the newcomer here, you guys are the most important people.
Yes, yes.
What have you learned since you've come to Mission? Is there anything new? I mean, like you said, you've been in recovery in the past. You've done different things.
Yes.
But was there anything that you've learned since you've been here?
Oh gosh, it's so much. I know John is really, really good with a lot of quotes, and one I can always have remembered since I've been here is go for the unknown, not the known. We all know what we tend to do, how we act when we're under the influence.
Mm-hmm.
So if you don't do it, you don't know what you can get out of life, what can happen for you. And I can contest to that because I've had so many doors open for me, so many blessings, so much good things. I mean, since I've been here, just all of that stuff, it's happened for me. So I went for the unknown ever since I've been here. I've learned to be a lot receptive and just accept that you're an addict. I've been on that addict definition. Like, I didn't use every day, but when I did, I was out of control. I wasn't myself. I just wasn't Katrina. So I kind of accepted that I'm an addict, and a lot of the classes and stuff that we go to it's lots of stuff that they talk about. Just if you keep going to classes, if you keep doing what you need to do to just not use no matter what, you'll be fine.
Yeah, you learn different coping skills and stuff, different ways.
Yes.
And I love your personality, Katrina. You're always so smiley and laughing and googly and stuff. So I just could definitely, I know that you're feeling better at being in this type of body instead of when we were in our using body, just like me.
Yeah, I'm so much happy. I wake up with so much joy in my heart.
That's good. And you spread it.
Yeah, I don't worry about like how I'm gonna get money to get high. I don't worry about just the stupid stuff that goes through your mind when you're doing that mess. And I wake up, I can be excited about what class we're going to take, what field trips we're going to field trips. We went to the museum. We've been to the Holocaust Museum. We do just fun things, positive things. No negative stuff is going on. Like, it's just fun, man.
You're just enjoying yourself.
Yes, I am.
I'm glad that you're enjoying yourself.
Yeah.
And, it's a far way that you can go with this as long as you decide you want to continue with it.
Yeah.
Part of what I do, I actually got asked that I did another meeting at 12 today, and they asked me, why do I do what I do? And, part of the reason of why I do what I do is just for like participants like Katrina. She came to us, she was bonded to us as a result of her incarceration. But when she came, she's like, wow, this is where it's at. I'm actually learning something here. And she's actually receptive. So, any kind of feedback she gets, she listens to it. And, she's always there to help anytime she can. Yeah. She was like the main person at the little cookout we had.
Yeah, I was the
DJ. That's it, the DJ. She had everybody going, dancing and everything. She made everything a good time. So I mean, and you've got that personality that you can continue to spread around to other individuals. It just, you had to take time for it to come out. You know what I mean? And we definitely, our great personalities don't come out when we're using. I don't know about you, but mine didn't. I think my bad personality came out when I was. How about you, Carla? Oh yeah.
You too.
You too, Katrina?
Yes, ma'am.
You weren't Katrina, was it?
Nope.
They didn't call me Joyce. They called me Lewi.
They call me Trina. They didn't call me Country.
Yeah. So, but now today, it's all giggles and smiles. There's no more of that nastiness. And, when I hear someone said, "Oh, I heard something about you," I don't cringe anymore. I'm like, "Yo, yeah, what did they tell you?" I'm excited to hear about, what I am hearing about myself now. I had a great example today. Not only did I, like I was saying when I was, what I do, but also this morning, I've had a busy day, guys. This morning I had to go to court for an individual that came to us back in October. And I remember he was getting himself in trouble. And then, all of a sudden he just, he started to go to all the groups and he learned a little bit. And, he stood here and he pushed past the little demons that he may have had. And now today when we went to court, they actually, gave him, he thought he was going to go to jail for 2.5 years, and they gave him 12 months with 12 months suspended. And the judge actually told him that he was proud of him. Like, wow, you've done so much, and you actually decided to stay there, because he did. He ultimately decided to stay with Miction after his program was over, because he was like, this is where I need to be at. This is where I'm going to blossom at. And that's what happened. So it's great when individuals, and that's what I do love, is when I see someone who comes into us that has to come to us, but then they decide to stay, and then they're here for other individuals, because what do they say? We can only keep what we have by giving it away.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You gotta want help. You gotta want it. You know, you come in here with a negative attitude, and you don't try to listen. These people know what they're talking about. They have been through it, and they're only trying to help you.
Yeah.
They're not trying to do nothing but help. And if you don't want it, you're not going to get it. You're not going to get nothing out of it. You're just going to fail. You're just going to go back to that bad life. It's just it's drugs. Life with drugs is not a good life.
Yeah. It's a difficult time.
Yeah.
So what? So you've actually gave a lot of good advice in a way, Katrina. I was about to say, well, what would be your advice that you would give to an individual coming into McShin or thinking about coming to McShin?
I would say when I was incarcerated, I heard a lot of, sometimes it was good talk, sometimes it was bad talk, and of course you're going to listen to it. But I say get your own perspective of McShin. Come in here, listen to them. See what kind of help that you can receive from them, which is all kinds of help besides just, get to recovery. Thank you. I say just be receptive, like I said, and don't listen to what everyone is saying. I listen to the bad stuff too, and the good stuff, like I said, and I cannot believe how much I've gotten out of this. Like I finished Monday. But I want to continue. I want to go to the sober living home.
Oh, good.
And I just want to be attached to McShin as long as I can, because it just feels so good to be part of a family. We're all a family.
It is a big family, isn't it?
We are a big old family.
And it's not, and if McShin is not for you, the most important thing is that you get help. We do consider ourselves a recovery resource foundation, and we may not be here to help everyone, but as long as the person actually is getting help is the most important to me. So what things in recovery, Carla, you've been around for a long time. Any particular advice that you give to someone new coming into recovery, not whether it's with us or with anyone? Like, what is a piece of advice that you can have for someone that's coming new into recovery?
I always tell them, don't use no matter what. Stay positive, stay focused, and do what you set your mind to doing.
Yeah. And I think another big thing is, like you said, don't use no matter what. And, I think developing some type of coping skills, because there's so many things that life can throw at us that can cause us like, oh, shoot, well, I'm going to use now. I was giving someone an example in one of my groups I had yesterday that, when I was in my beginning stages of trying to get in recovery, when I would just do detox, everything would throw me off. Like, oh, well, you did that. Now I got to drink. And I remember one time that, me coming out of detox, someone told me something happened with a family member. She said, go ahead and plug in before the SWAT team comes. So, they told me about a particular family member that this happened. And I was like, oh, well, you guys should have told me when I was in detox, when I had people to deal with it. Now I need a drink. And so, but we always find a reason to use or to do what we're not, to do things that we shouldn't do, and a reason to relapse. I mean, and that's why it's really important, I think, to develop the coping skills. I think that's one of the main things that you have to develop first is a type of coping skills. We are good to go. Katrina is fine.
Thanks, Nathan.
And Kyle, thank you, Kyle. Aren't you supposed to be doing group? Oh, sorry. Anyway, I almost thought I'm so certain. But and Nathan Mitchell, yay, we are good to go. Katrina is plugged in. No SWAT team coming. We are fine, folks. We are fine. So, what they say now? I said, I'll charge.
They said something.
Okay.
Oh, yes. I have to do all this too, so guys. Listen, don't get in trouble so you have to get this thing on you, because it's very, very irritating. It has its little mind of its own. So we're going to fix it. And it's going to say something else. And we're going to fix that too.
And this is authentic recovery. It sure is, Nathan. We are definitely authentic. There is no non-authenticness about this.
No.
Peer to
You know, we
peer.
have all sorts of different situations, as you can see, even right here. We've got Katrina, and she is dealing with her monitor situation. But you know what? This is a fact. This is really what happens. You know, it happens when we get in trouble.
When
but
you be
you
a
know,
bad girl, and I was a bad girl, and I got consequences.
that's all right
behind
though,
it.
Katrina. You're dealing with the consequences. You're facing them right now, and you're doing the best that you can with it. So I'm very proud of you.
Thank you. Thank you.
When is your court date again?
My court date is August 4th.
Okay.
And I'm going to do just fine because I'm going to do everything that I'm supposed to do this time. I feel like in my life, this time is what I needed. I needed to get through.
Sometimes things happen for a reason.
And I thought it was going to be hard. I honestly did. That's one of the reasons why I avoided going, like, looking for more help. I avoided it because I was scared of what was going to happen. You know, recovery is not going to be easy because, like, a lot of people, you know, have trauma and things going on in their life, and they use drugs to get through it.
Yeah.
So when you're not using drugs, you got to deal with it, and it's still hard. But the feeling that I have now that I was getting when I used to use, if it feel better, I feel like I can conquer the world now. You know, I have those, like you said, the coping skills, and just to help with these guys here. If you're going through something, you know, you can pick up the phone and call them and let them know what you're going through, and they will help you and let you know what you need to do so you can get through it. Because, like I said, they've been through it. They're not, you know, how the people in recovery houses, not recovery houses, but in these rehab places, they go by the book. They just do what their job is. They all are recovering addicts, just like we are going through the same thing, and they know exactly what we're going through, and they know exactly what to do and what's needed to get through it. They are awesome.
Well, good. Thank you, Katrina. We appreciate that. And so, you know, with the coping skills, how have you, let's all give an example of a time that we've had to utilize coping skills versus going out to use, especially you, Carla, because you've got mad years on me. You know, I'm only 2 years and some change, like a month and some. But, you know, you're what, Miss 4 years, isn't it?
Five.
5 years. So, in your 5 years of recovery, what situation, not, you don't have to say anything specific, but tell us of a time that maybe, you know, that you've had to utilize, you know, your coping skills when you really wanted to say, forget this, I'm going to go ahead and smoke it up.
Yeah.
Oh, there's been plenty.
Yes,
of
I'm
times.
sure. Any particular time harder than another, or something that you would want to specify?
Let's see. Death.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, deaths. Yeah.
And I immediately called my mentor. I have a mentor.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And that's another thing about being here at McShin. They accept different pathways.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's, you know, everyone works a different pathway. Actually, honestly, if you ever, a majority of our staff does 12-step, but then there's additional, you know, like, you know, myself, I don't work the exact 12-step. I'll go to a meeting once in a while, but my main thing is actually, you know, being plugged in. I do, you know, I believe in God. He is my higher power and my almighty, but also, you know, I like to be plugged into the neighborhood and, you know, be around other individuals that need me, you know, like I give it back and I continue to receive it. Right. And I think, you know, me being plugged in and being of service to someone else is what actually helps me and keeps me going. And then I have the instances where I do have the flashbacks because I see other individuals coming in all the time that is exactly what I was when I came into detox on March 13th, 2019 is when I walked. Well, I was thrown out the car in front of a detox building and and left there to recover. So that's my story. So, you know, because I started in detox and then but I totally was, you know, when I walked in, I totally was someone that was not Joyce. The people, you know, that when I woke up the next day, that my roommate told me, I was so scared you're going to be my roommate because you were in there just going off and throwing stuff around. I apparently threw some spaghetti on the lady. Aww. I don't know. It's totally not me. And that's why I'm really grateful that I am where I'm at today in recovery, because I actually, you know, no one who knows me now would ever believe that would be someone that I would
don't believe it.
Yeah. And I definitely don't believe it either. That's what they just say. So, but I definitely don't believe those stories about the good old Joyce. But I continued to work on my recovery, but that was the time when I finally woke up. That was my fourth time trying detox. And I said, you know what, I got to try a different thing. And, I did go to another 28-day rehab, but that was just because of the fact of coming right out of detox, just wherever pretty much at the point when you're in detox, you kind of do whatever they say if you're really wanting to go somewhere. So they told me this place. I was like, all right, fine. So I went there, and then, but it was all clinical. Like, there was no one-on-one. There was, there was a little bit, but it wasn't like with anyone. No one who's been through recovery.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That
Like
makes a difference.
And then everything they told you, like as far as coping skills, they said breathe. And I know a lot of people hear me say that, but I'm like, breathing is not, I ain't got to that part yet. Breathing is not a way that is going to stop me from drinking alcohol. Yeah. You know what is going to stop me from drinking alcohol? Reaching out to my network, my recovery network that I have around here, calling anyone that I need help with. But, I didn't learn recovery until when I got up the 28-day rehab. I came to McShin for sober living, and that's where I learned recovery, and that's where I learned independence, because Dixie left me in the parking lot. Yeah. So I did. She did. Yes. So she's not here to defend herself, but she did. And but I learned independence that day, even though the rule was you cannot walk by yourself unless you have 30 days of clean of McShin time.
That's right.
So I stood in the parking lot until someone else decided to come and get me, but they did. And that person that came and got me is to this day, one of the, it's one of my closest friends, I believe. So, we may not talk every day, but when we do talk, it's like, like no time has passed. And that's really where McShin, I've really built a lot of strong friendships and relationships that I haven't had in the past, because, all my past relationships were, and you, Patrina, you probably know that too. It's like in Carla, when we were out in the streets, the people we used to know, we thought they were our girls or our best dudes and everything. But now when you go back and look at it, you're like, yeah, that person ultimately had their own, plan. And when you're in recovery, you're actually just meeting people who are genuine. To me, I think, anyway, anyone that I've actually met. Now, here's one thing about recovery too, is that the people weed their self out. I don't know. Like someone will come and they'll put on a front and stuff, but within a couple weeks or a month, they'll weed their self out. And so you can actually see the truth in someone. I don't know. I think it's something like that, like a shield is taken off of our eyes when we're recovering. Yeah. So, you definitely, people reveal themselves. And like I said, I've had some individuals like that, but I think for the most part, since I've been here, I've actually been able to build some real strong relationships, and I've got a pretty good network as well of individuals that I have no problem in calling and, talking back to a time that, recovery, if I wasn't in recovery, I would have, drank or something would have happened. I have a lot of those incidents every day now, just about like, just dealing with life and dealing with like, I have adult sons, and, I now, when something happens, I look at the good that about the situation, even though it seems like it could be the worst situation ever. And I've mentioned this before. It's like when my car got towed, and when I woke up that morning and did not have my vehicle, I was like, whoa. So, but I looked at the positives of that situation, because when I didn't have my vehicle, I was able to call someone, which happened to be Dixie, right away. Like, hey, can you give me a ride to work? She was sick, but she sent her boyfriend, which is super cool, because out in real life, no one's going to do that. You know what I mean?
No,
but
not at all.
Yeah. So he came and picked me up, like literally from the time I picked up the phone, hung up, within 5 minutes, he was out there picking me up and dropping me off here. Then I had to get, and then when we were in stand up, I discussed that my car got towed and I need to get to somewhere to pick up my vehicle. All right, I'll take you right after here, and then on top of all of this, I felt blessed that I had the $175 just there to go get it. Like I didn't have to think about it. I didn't have to make a phone call. Hey, you have this. Hey, you have that. You know what I mean?
That's right.
So that's really what recovery is giving me. And that's why, instead of being upset and angry about the particular situation, I just looked at, what, this was a situation where it allowed me to be more appreciative of what I have. But definitely had I been early on, I'd have been like, well, they done took my car. I need a drink now. I'd had to do something else. Yeah. So, Trina, how about you? I mean, you've only been here, for a few days, 20,
I have had
7 days, but tell us the situation.
I had one when I first got here. I had an urge, and this is so I can tell you, McShin is I'm not going to curse, is the SHIT. But I was walking through the building. I had an urge. I was like, oh my God, what am I doing? What am I doing? I seen Carla. Carla said, honey, sit down. It's going to be okay. You can do it. I said, okay. I took a deep breath. Kept walking around. And I was supposed to be in a group, but I was just like, oh my God. Well, I have the ankle bracelet and all, but I'm not feeling good. The last person I seen was Dixie. And Dixie said, Trina, you can do it. You're going to be all right. Just hang in there. You're going to be all right. So with the drugs, if I would have left, I would have just messed up everything. I mean, I'm talking about my daughter told me she was proud of me. My mom said she was proud of me. If I would have left and used drugs,
how do you think it would have turned out?
Disappointed in me.
Yeah.
And I would have
only they would have been disappointed, the courts probably would have been disappointed. You think?
Oh yes, they would have came and got me. I would have been more time. I just would have destroyed everything that I tried to do in a little bit of time that I did. And all I had to do was sit down, breathe, and just
cope,
calm down.
Yeah. What did you find that how are you? So, you were able to listen to other individuals, take advice. Anything else that you did to help, like suppress the urge?
Well, I have support, but the support that I got that day meant so much to me because they simply didn't even have to say and take 2 minutes out of their time and say, hey, it's okay. Yeah. Sit down, breathe. You're going to be all right. And believing in me, saying that I can do it.
Oh, yeah.
Helped so much. Like they don't know, they know me, but they don't. Them just just caring and saying, hey, you can do this. You're going to be all right. Carla and Dixie got me through. And it was only maybe 3 minutes that I was going crazy, honestly.
It don't take long.
Yeah. And I would have just left out the door and seen them two women in here and telling me I can do it, man. You know what?
And believe in it, not even just saying it.
It meant so much to me. Thank you so much, Carla and Dixie. Thank you.
Thank you, Carla. You're welcome. Carla's so freaking awesome. And then, of course, that other, she's speaking of Dixie. Oh, Lindsay, I miss you too. Lindsay used to be in the housing with me.
Lindsay.
Do you remember Lindsay?
Hey, Lindsay, yes.
Hope everything's well. The Lindsay's cool. She used to be in the housing with me. Me and her used to be in Smith House.
Oh, Smith House.
Yep. Smith House. I still remember, and this is funny, it's like Lindsay had to go on a date one night and every girl in the house sat on the porch because we had to go watch. Because that's one thing about sober living and,
sisters.
Being in the, we're sisters, man. We got to watch out for each other. Yeah, absolutely. So, and that happens a lot. And then that's how you, like you go back to what you said, you have support.
We have a house full of sisters and we fight, argue all the time. But guess what? In the mornings or after group, we're all friends again. Yes. It's just like a sister and we all love each other. And they all, every single one of them have a special place in my heart and always will.
Yeah, absolutely. Because the bonds that you develop,
awesome bonds.
It's awesome.
Awesome bonds.
And look, Lindsay says 2 years next month. Yay! That's awesome, Lindsay. Yes.
Lindsay. Go, Lindsay.
Yes. But and it is. It's you build friendships that you have for a lifetime. Yes. With that because you're with other people at the most critical time of your life.
Yeah, we're all going through similar things.
Yeah,
everybody's story is similar.
Yeah,
we're all struggling. Being there for one another. That sisterhood. That loving, just you're in the house with them all day, you're in class with them all day, like all day long.
Not all day.
Yes,
all day. Okay, so
you're with them 24/7. Yeah, and it's not so bad. Like I love it. I kind of do love it. It's just like we're in school.
It's okay. I like it.
Yeah, we got
but that's what it was. We were used to say
it's
like a sorority.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Like we cook for dinner for each other.
Yeah,
we share snacks. We just lean on each other. It's just like,
and you know what each other likes and stuff like that. Of course,
they know a lot about me. Like I said, a little bit of time.
Yeah,
I've been there. They all know so much about me, and they care. They genuinely care.
Yeah, it is, and it's neat. That's what I like about it too, is that you have that support always with you, and that support will stay with you too. That's, I think, one of the strongest things about this authentic peer-to-peer. And then, like how you said when Dixie and Carla came up and told you, why they told you that? Because they felt that before in their life when they first started. You know what I mean? They know what it's like, right, Carla? Like, we know.
We know
what
I'm
you
saying. It's
started.
real life. This is not, we're not making, this is not no no made up stuff. We didn't record this previously. Like, it's all real. Like, this is real life stuff. This program is real. It is legit. It is a good program. All you have to do is come here with a positive attitude and want it.
And you can even come here with a negative attitude, but I can tell you within a few minutes of being around us.
Yeah.
Can you be negative? What? No. There's no negativity here.
Yeah. I mean, I've heard stories of people coming in here, but at the end of it, they always, it's like they change everything. They change, become good people, and because they wanted help.
Yeah. So, and I mean, sometimes you do come in and you are negative or you are upset because sometimes this may not be the place that you want to be at. No one wants to be here, really, technically. No. Hey. Unless you're like me, I'm codependent. I'm big shit. I can never go anywhere. But really, they're upset because this is where they have to be right now, and it's not where they wanted to be. But then eventually they find out, you know what? This ain't so bad.
Right. My mom read the contract to me on the phone at the jail, and I was like, "Oh no, I'm not doing all of that. That's too much."
And it's not that much once you get here, is it?
And look, it's just fine.
Yeah, it is.
I cried for nothing. Little baby, cried all them tears for nothing.
You did. That's cute.
Hope you're watching, Mom. Hey.
If not, you can catch us on the podcast on what we on iHeartRadio, Apple Music, and some other stuff. We're on all sorts of platforms.
That's awesome.
Yeah, top stuff. So today we have 2 coworkers. I don't know what to do with my hands. So we're excited.
Hey.
So anyway, Katrina, any plans that you have when you go into Step Up? I mean, we've 28 days is up on Monday.
Yeah,
so
Monday.
What's our
I want a job. I have not worked in a long time because I wasted time with that stuff. I just want to get a job. I want to work and get a paycheck and enjoy life, live. I was just only existing. I wasn't living. I do want to go back to school. I am a nurse. I'm a surgical tech. I was working in the OR. So I want to go back and get my master's in some type of anything in the healthcare field. I want to be an RN. So I'm going to work on that too. So
I think that'd be great because I can actually definitely see her as a nurse. How about you? Because I mean, her smile and everything, it's infectious sometimes,
Yes. I love to help people. I just love
yeah. And then I think, you would be able to help a lot of individuals. And then, think about when you're doing nursing, because recovery is an everyday life.
Everything.
But, everything. You can have a patient who is nervous and scared. And then you come in and you're like, I've been there.
Yeah, you can talk to them, talk them through it, understanding and caring, compassion, empathy.
Yeah, absolutely. Because that's one thing that if you really haven't been where we've been at, you can feel empathetic, but you can't really understand.
It's more personal, personal things.
Yeah,
they're experienced it.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, and you can try. That's the one thing with family members is sometimes, and I hear it all the time. They're like, I just don't know what they're going through. Yeah. Like, I don't know why they're like this. I feel bad, and I want to do whatever I can to support them, but I honestly don't know what they're going through and what how they feel. Yeah. But the great thing is about us is that we've been there and we know what it's like, and that's why you can definitely go far with that. And I think nursing, I can really see you in that.
Yeah, I can't wait to go back to school. Yeah. I learned so much when I was there. It was 4 years of school. Oh my God, it's tough. I got to get through it. But now that I've got through this, man, I can get through anything. You can. Anything
you put your mind to, you can achieve.
Sky's the limit.
Yes, you can.
Yep. I can't wait for the next step.
The next step. So and then so you're gonna look into going back to school after your 28 days. We're gonna go ahead and go to Step Up Housing. We're gonna look for a job, and there's a lot of opportunities out here. I tell all family members this. One thing I can say about here at McShin is that I have never seen one come through my program that wanted a job that was not able to obtain a job.
Yes, you help us find jobs. And also, guys, if you're interested in McShin, if you need help with paying your bed fees and things like that, they will help you here. You can do work around the church, anything. They'll help you. They'll help you get to your doctor's appointments and everything. They just want to help you. That's it.
There's Trina, McShin's number one spokesperson.
Just open up your mouth.
Just be willing, right? Yeah,
exactly.
Be willing. Yeah, exactly. Well, that's the first step of recovery is to admit that we are powerless over our addiction. I mean, it's definitely something you have to work on every day. And just because we go through a 28-day program or go through a a 6-month
You-
program.
yeah, you
We're
still
not
need to go
cured.
further,
Yeah,
yeah, further than that.
You've got to continue to work on this every day.
Yes, ma'am.
Like I said, myself and I know Carly the same way. We don't do the 12-step program, but we do something every day. I do something every day for my recovery, and I find I do something for my mental health and my physical health as well. I do a lot of meditation at home, and I recently started working out. I'll tell y'all about it, but my guns is getting big, y'all. I've got them. I get getting all toned up, and I think this next week I plan on doing the little row house.
Okay,
Yeah, that's got something new.
Okay,
so.
Good.
Just wanted, and the main reason why I do that, honestly, and work out and stuff, is more so for me, it's to help with getting out any stress of the day.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, obviously, we go through a lot of, here, and I love what I do here, but there is a lot of, situations because, dealing with individuals that have a sickness and, seeing them sick or seeing them go through their pain, it kind of rubs off on you. You kind of feel the pain with them. I don't know about you, Carla, but
absolutely.
And Trina, you see them come in like that, right? And it comes off.
I do.
Joyce, since I've been here, July 2018.
2018.
I started as a volunteer.
Uh-huh.
Then I became an AmeriCorps service member, and then McShin hired me.
Oh.
And I've seen a lot of people come in, needing help, wanting help, sick, and I know exactly how they feel.
Yeah.
Because I felt like that.
Right.
So I can easily relate.
Yeah, it is. And you just seeing the way that they, that they were, and, it kind of is like a memory to me, and like a way to remember, like, oh, wow, I was there, and that's why, a lot of people, they say, I'm sorry, I'm acting like this. I'm sorry, I'm shaking. I'm sorry. Like, there's no need to be sorry. You're here now for help, So it's really important in our recovery. And this is one thing that a lot of people don't realize is that for individuals in recovery, we get so far in recovery that we forget what sometimes some individuals, I don't say here because I tell you what, we get a everyday member, but there's some that I have that have had like 20 years, like the old timers, they may forget what it was like the beginning of it. So, it's very important. Now, it does make, Nathan is saying something here to us, and I can actually read it today, and I'm not sure what's different, but you are all mothers in recovery raising children. How do your children respond to your recovery? So you actually mentioned, Trina, that your daughter said she was proud of you.
Yeah, she's 17 years old, and it feels so good to hear her say she wants to know all about everything. And she's very proud of me, and she's proud that I want to go to a step-up house. So all I want to do is keep doing all kinds of great things so she can be proud of me. I feel like my younger kids are a little too young to know about all this that's going on. They know I'm somewhere getting help. I keep the extra stuff to myself. And my son that's in heaven, Shaheem, he passed away 4 years ago. I know he would be very proud of his mommy. So I have my children know. They know enough, and my 17-year-old daughter, very smart, very mature young lady, is very proud of me. So she gives a lot of good advice too, honestly. Like, she's only 17, but she knows what she's talking about. Yeah,
good.
She's very excited for me. Yeah.
That's awesome. Don't it feel good to have everybody proud of you and stuff?
Yes, it is.
Absolutely.
It is.
And I'm going to tell you, and it's hard to say, but I'm going to tell you guys, family members they're very excited and happy for us, but I'm going to tell you, if something happens and we were to go back to what we've done, we would break hearts.
Yeah.
And it's so true, because I have a sister-in-law that she was motivated to get in recovery because, she's seen me, and she's like, wow, if you could get help, I could get help. And, she did it. She went through a program and everything, but where she kind of, what caused her to fail, relapse and fail, and she hasn't really came back into it, was because when she went to the old 28-day program, she went right back home to the same environment, same location, same people. So, and I try to tell her, you got to get around. She's like, well, I just don't have any choice. I'm like, yes, you can do the step up. But, she always had an excuse, and she just thought she can go 20 days and be recovered. And I'm like,
it's people, places, and things.
Yeah, and it is. It's people, place, and things. And so when she came back, she didn't understand why her son would not speak to her anymore right now. And I'm like, because he had hope that after 30 years you got help, and then he saw you get help, and he saw you get better, and then he's seen you go back. And so that, that's the heartbreak that we do for our family. And how does your daughter
And you have 3 children, correct?
Yes.
And how did they respond to your recovery?
My younger daughter, she said, "Wow,
Yeah.
Mom, wow."
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And you guys, I know I talk about my kids every week. My 2 sons, how they respond to my recovery is they promote my recovery. They like to come up to McShin and they like to actually volunteer around here. They try to come to the events that come up that happen here. They both may not show up to the events, so they may both, but one or the other will. And like I said, one or the other will be up here sometimes to do some type of volunteer work. I mean, they haven't in summertime now, so I really haven't seen that much volunteer work going on. But and then plus my youngest ended up getting him a full-time job. But they do promote it, and whatever I say, oh, that affects my recovery, it automatically stops.
Good.
So like I told them I'm not able to rent cars because it affects my recovery. Just so you guys know, it affects my recovery. I cannot rent cars in my name. Okay. And so that's enough. Like if it affects Joyce's recovery, we're not going to mess with it because, my children, they knew me when I didn't have an issue, when I did have that little spurt for 2 or 3 years, and then they see me now, and they want to promote it, and they're super proud of me because they seen that I was able to take my weakness and turn it around to do something that was positive for other individuals. And you guys both gave some great advice and stories, and we really appreciate y'all coming in today. We've got a couple more minutes, so what I like to do is, like, Trina,
yes.
Can you close? Maybe a couple minutes. Tell us like what you learned here, and then any ending words that you would like to anyone to know.
My ending words is: it is possible. Nothing is impossible.
Mm-hmm.
But this program I've learned a lot, and I've learned to just pray and give it to God, and that if you work with Him, it'll all work out. And just believe in yourself, and believe in recovery, and believe that you can do it. It is hard. It's hard, but it's not hard.
Mm-hmm.
Put it that way. If you want the help, just be receptive and accept the help. And McShin will give it to you. And
I like how you said that, Katrina, because I'm going to just kind of put it off on something, I'm going to end my part is, it is hard. It is hard to be sober, but it is hard to wake up every day chasing after the next one. It is hard to go to class every day, but it is hard to go to, to try to make that money that you need,
yes,
or to get to where you want to go to score. So you choose your hard. Which one do you want?
I choose McShin. I choose recovery. I choose to be drug free.
All right.
It's the best feeling in the world to be this way.
It is.
It's much better than being high.
And you heard the testament right here.
Yes.
And how about you, Carla? What ending words you have for anyone?
If there's a will, there's a way.
If there's a will, there's a way.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to just tell you guys, every day you wake up, is your day for a change. God gives us the blessing of waking up every morning.
Mm-hmm.
If we don't like the way our life is going, make a change.
Yes.
I mean, you don't, and if you don't know what to do, we have our telephone number listed on the bottom, which is 804-249-1845, or visit our website of www.mcshin.org. And again, just because, there's so many resources out there, but McShin is here to provide you resources. If we cannot help you, we will get you to someone who can. But, ultimately, anything in life, not just us. If it's something you don't like, every day you wake up and breathe is your opportunity to make a change in your life. Your life is what you make of it. And thank you guys. Yay!
Thank you.
Get in the herd. It's
Recovery.
Cut. Yay.
Here at McShin, we believe in the McShin way, which is authentic recovery support service providers, people with lived experience, bringing that experience to those who need that lived experience in recovery.
Here at McShin, we believe in many things to support our mission. We believe in women empowerment.
What I love most about what we believe here at McShin is we believe in the authenticity of the peer-to-peer approach.
Here at the McShin Foundation, we believe in giving people opportunity.
Here at McShin, we believe in the inherent worth and dignity of every person.
At the McShin Foundation, we believe in helping people reach their full potential.
Here at the McShin Foundation, we believe in multiple pathways to recovery. Here at McShin, we believe in placing principles before personalities to help spread hope.
Here at McShin, we believe that recovery is possible and that any person seeking recovery can become a more acceptable, responsible, and productive member of society.
Here at the McShin Foundation, we believe in self-discovery.
Here at McShin, we believe in saving lives and offering second chances.
Here at McShin, we believe you can do this.
Here at McShin Foundation, we believe that we can only keep what we have by giving away, which is why we continue to help others like us seek and find recovery.
Any place.